Hey, what's up, guys? Cody on back in the video. And today I'm going to do my What If series, What If Naruto had a sister, part 16. So, technically, in the last part there, we seen Naruto, mostly Shikamaru, was actually listening to, they mostly split up teams there. Naruto, Naruto, and Lee there fight the bone guy there. We'll see when he was fighting the bone guy. Naruto and Naruto were technically being pushed there. Um, Mostly Lee gets floored. Naruto and Naruto were doing push and stuff like that. Sasuke comes out of the arm and stuff like that. Naruto was telling Naruto to go after Sasuke. So he goes after Sasuke. And mostly, and stuff like that, Naruto was actually getting pushed around there. Mostly when she was technically getting pushed around there and stuff like that. Gar comes out of nowhere and saves the day there, and saves. And technically, Gar comes out of nowhere and actually he was saying, he's like, you're having struggles with this man there and stuff like that. So I was happy with that stuff there. He told Naruto to help your brother there. That's what he told Naruto there. She agreed there. Technically, the guy tries to throw the bone at her, and then he said you're not going to, or saying you're not going to hurt her and stuff. So when that was going on with that stuff there, we go into Naruto fighting Sasuke there. Technically, Sasuke, he said something to Naruto saying, you've never been alone there, so that still happens there. He said, you've never been alone, you always had your sister and stuff like that. Naruto has arrived there when Naruto and Sasuke were fighting there. And technically, Sasuke was pushing the both of them there at first, and then Naruto and Naruto actually activated their One Tails form. They're technically knocking Sasuke around and stuff like that. That was still happening and stuff like that for it. And then the last part of it there, technically Naruto and Sasuke were technically getting pushed around. Or Naruto and Naruto were pushing Sasuke there at first, and then mostly Sasuke uses Chidori. Naruto and Naruto combined their Rasengans there and hitting there, and they actually made it like a ball like in the original series there. Naruto and Naruto get knocked out. Sasuke limps off there. Technically, Guy and Akashi there actually return to the village there with Naruto. Our Naruto Guy went with technically Guy takes Naruto, Kashi takes Naruto, and mostly they take him back to the village. And then technically Jiraiya was telling me about their training and stuff like that. Naruto was saying, yeah, we kind of failed to get Sasuke back and stuff like that. We need to train harder and stuff like that. That's what she was saying and stuff. And Jiraiya was actually agreeing with Naruto there, saying, yeah, we need to train harder, stuff like that. So mostly Naruto and Naruto leave the village there, and that's where part 15 ends. So we go into part 16 there. So mostly we go into part 16. Mostly we go into the time skip there. Mostly in the time skip, we see Naruto coming back to the village there and stuff like that. He's like, Naruto and Naruto come back to the village and stuff like that. They're like, hey, we're back home, sis. We can just relax and stuff like that. Mostly, everybody's actually happy to see Naruto and Naruto coming back to the village and stuff like that. The first person who actually saw him coming back was Sakura there, and Sakura was like, Naruto and Naruto, you're back already? And she was like, you're back there? They're like, yeah, we're back and stuff like that. And stuff. And then and Sakura was like, wow, you both got taller and stuff. And they're like, yeah, thank you, Sakura, and stuff like that. So, and stuff. Everybody was actually technically being happy and stuff like that. Them being all back to the village and stuff. Technically, they did the build training there. Mostly Sakura. No, Naruto, and Sakura were doing the bell training there. This is technically Naruto and Sakura's second time. First time for Naruto to do the bell training there and stuff like that. So Akashi was technically saying, I'm not going to go easy on you guys and stuff like that, like he does in the original series. So they start up the bell training there. Sakura hit the ground there, and Akashi's like, oh fuck, and crap, she got stronger and stuff like that. Naruto comes in with the Shadow Shuriken Kenjutsu there, and he's like, oh, this move again? He's like, I seen this against your brother and stuff like that. He's like, how this I'm mostly going to counteract this. So technically, stuff happens the same way. Technically, Naruto does the thing in the original series. Kashi grabs him by the head, but Naruto was like, don't move and stuff. And he's like, well, someone's act alike and stuff like that. And then he disappears, and then they're like, where the fuck he went and stuff like that. So technically, when they're training and stuff like that, Naruto, and Sakura, they're like, we don't know where Sasuke's at and stuff like that, and they're like walking for hours, and then you see like an injured Sasuke there, and they're like, and they notice Sasuke's doesn't look like that there, and he's like, Naruto, and Sakura, you need to get out of here. There's ninja about and stuff, and they're like, this is bullshit. And Naruto was like, this is bullshit there. He's like, that's you, Akashi, and stuff, and then he's like, Akashi, and then he's like, oh, no, I'm not Akashi. And then Deadly pops out there, and then he's like, Deadly, they knocked him out and stuff. They're like, and fucking Akashi's like, damn, they got stronger and stuff. He's like, I need to watch my crown and stuff. So technically that stuff happens there with the bell training and stuff. Naruto, and Sakura actually snatch up the bells, and he's like, what? And crap, and then Naruto snatch the bells. They're like, oh, we got it, Sensei, and shit like that. And he's like, damn. He's like, I'm losing my stuff there and stuff like that. That's what Kasha was saying. He's like, I'm losing my stuff there and stuff like that. So when that was going on with that stuff there, they did their belt training and stuff, and they technically passed the second time. We go into the to the thing there, and mostly we go to where they're mostly going to retrieve Gar there. Gar has been taken by the Akatsuki, like in the original series and stuff like that. Tamari goes with them and stuff. Mostly when they're talking about the sandstorm, they have to wait for the sandstorm to end and stuff. Tamari was actually talking to Naruto there, saying, she's like, you guys trained there pretty well, and technically, mostly with a 4-man team there, we can actually grab our 5-man team there. We can actually grab the guard much quicker there. And then Naruto's like, yeah, we can grab that. She's like, don't worry, Naruto was saying something to Tamari. She's like, don't worry, Tamari, we can get your brother back and stuff like that. She's like, I know how it feels like when Naruto was actually doing it. She was explaining to Tamari there, saying, I've kind of felt the same way if my brother was having the same issues and stuff like that. And then she's like, thanks. And then Tamari's like, thanks, Naruto and stuff. So they get to the Sound Village there. Technically the Sound Village, technically Tamari actually has access to the Sound Village and stuff like that, so she let him in and stuff. So technically stuff happens the same there. Kankuro is still beat up by the puppet guy there, by Satori and stuff like that. He's technically beat him up and stuff. He's like, Kankuro was like saying, like in the original series, he's like, help my baby brother there and stuff like that. Naruto and Naruto kind of feel the same way there, because technically he's like, do you know how it feels, Naruto, having a sibling there to watch over you? And then Naruto's like, yeah, or not Naruto. Like Naruto's like, yeah. He's like, I know how that feeling is and stuff. So mostly they get to the where Gaara was getting, technically the Tails Beast was technically extracting him. They're technically extracting Chikaku there. Mostly Chikaku's thing was technically getting extracted there and stuff like that. when his thing was getting totally distracted, Naruto, Narco, and they're trying to go after him and stuff, and then Itachi comes out of nowhere and actually said, he's like, huh. He's like, why are you trying to go after Gaara there and stuff like that? And then he's like, oh wait, Naruto, Narco. He's like, come with me and stuff like that. And they're like, no, we're not gonna come with you and stuff like that. because and be, he's like wow, you guys are being more stubborn about this and stuff like that. And then he was saying something about Sasuke there. He's like, you know, Sasuke just turned into a real ninja. Why in the fuck you going after him and stuff? That's what Itachi was actually saying to Naruto Naruto there, and Sakura there. And then Sakura steps in the thing. She's like, if you touch them, I'm gonna pop. I'm gonna knock your ass out. And he's like, wow, you don't have no sympathy and stuff. So technically Itachi leaves there with his crows and stuff. Most of that stuff plays out the same there. Technically, Naruto Naruto. Actually, we're saying something about like what is going on with this stuff there and stuff like that. So they get to the fight. They get to the thing there. Technically, Sadori was saying you don't know how pain is and stuff like that, and then technically Datara was like mocking Naruto there. He's like, you know what? He's like, come at me, Nine Tails. He's like, he's like, come at me. He's like, come at me, Nine Tails. And that's what he was saying to Naruto and Naruto. And technically Naruto was like, he's like, get back here, you bastard, and stuff like that. So he's chasing him down. Naruto was like, no, don't do it, Naruto. He's trying to go after you and stuff like that. And he's like, and then Naruto was like going after. He's like, and Kashi's like, no, don't go after him. They're technically going after both of you and stuff. So technically Kashi was going trying to chase Naruto and Naruto there. And technically the same stuff happens with the Sadori fight there with Granny Chino and Sadori and Sakura were fighting there. Technically that still happens there and stuff like that. Technically that fight there was going on. Naruto Narco and fucking Sadori were chasing him down and stuff like that. So he's like, damn, you guys are relentless there. He's like chasing me down and stuff like that. And then technically Naruto, and he was like saying like, oh yeah, Sasuke, he was like the worthless in his village and pissing off Naruto there, and he's actually turning, he's like, oh, and stuff like that. Seeing the red chakra coming around him and stuff like that. And then you hear Kurama. You actually heard Kurama was actually talking to, he's like, you need to stop my other half, it's just not thinking right now, and he's not thinking right now, and he's technically going out of control and stuff like that. So Naruto runs over to Naruto, gave him the hug, she's like, stop this, Naruto, and stuff like that. It's mostly because they're both have the nine tails in them there. Technically, he was like receding. Naruto receded his thing there, and kind of like doze off and lands on Naruto's hands. And then he's like, ooh. Datara was like, ooh, both the price of one. So he throws this clay bomb at Naruto and Naruto. Kashi cuts the clay bomb. He's like, if you touch them, I will kill you. Stuff, and then he uses like in the original series, Kashi activates his Monkagoon Sharingan. Monkagoon, I think that's what it's called. Monkagoon there, Sharingan, and then he activates it there, technically warping fucking Datara's bombs out of plain sight there, and I don't know where they're going. They're blowing up in a different dimension, I guess. When that was going on with that stuff there, he was totally warping there. He was totally warping all their stuff there and stuff like that. And he's like, damn, you're fucking stubborn there and stuff like that. So technically Datara fucking fled there. And fucking we see Naruto technically Sakura wins her fight against Sadori there and stuff like that. Technically, mostly they get to the field there. The Sand Ninja arrived there. Naruto and Naruto were healing up. The technically, Chio's telling he's like Naruto and Naruto come over here and heal up Gara there. So technically they heal him up, and then Gara's waking up there. He's like Granny Chio, Naruto and Naruto. He's like, you guys saved my life, and then technically Naruto is like, she's like, yeah, she's like, I helped you. She's like, I'm helping you out, like you helped me like a long time ago when we were trying to go after Sasuke there. That's what she was telling him. He's like, thanks and stuff. He's like, he's like, I know how it feels, like your siblings and stuff like that help you out and stuff like that. And he was telling Naruto that, and he's like, uh, listen to this Naruto. He's like, you're welcome anytime in the Sand Village and stuff. Like, you saved me and stuff like that. Technically not welcome anytime, but technically, he's like, I will give you something award there and stuff like that when that was going on with that stuff there. So, that was going on. That's pretty much it with the what if there. They say Gara there. They go back to the village and stuff. Um, that's where the what if ends. So in the next what if there we go to the Sockscape retrieval arc there. We will go to the Sockscape retrieval arc there and stuff like that. Mostly putting a disclaimer here. There will be one character who will not be in this what if series there, and I'll explain that in the next what if. So yep, that's pretty much it. Comment, rate, and response to the subscribers. If you like what my post, please subscribe to the notification. Also, want to upload, comment, response. Like carry out.